Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of The House Hack. I'm Justine from Lily Helena Design House, and today we're going to be speaking to Robert, who's the face behind the company Crosscraft. When we think about kitchens, we often put aside appliances, but in actual fact, thinking about appliances is really, really important, way before we actually finish a property. So today we're going to be asking him questions all about induction hobs, other types of hobs, fridge freezers, other white goods. So sit down, have a drink, and enjoy.
I'm Justine from Lily Helena, and I'm an interior designer. A while ago, I realized that my clients were finding it hard navigating through the local market and making choices for their new homes. So that's why I created The House Hack, a series of videos curated around the typical home buyer, helping you save money, make more educated choices when purchasing your hefty investments, and ultimately, enjoy in turning your house into a home.
Hello, Robert. Thank you so much for talking to me today. So we've got a lot in store for everybody today. Shall we start?
Definitely.
Okay, so my favorite appliance, the hob, and the induction hob, to be precise. Can you tell me a little bit about the induction hob and the difference between induction and gas?
Excellent. So today the market is 50-50. 50% of the people prefer gas, 50% prefer induction. However, induction is growing. Okay. And induction is growing because it is safe, it is very easy to clean, and convenient as well. Whereas gas is more preferred with the kitchen lovers, the people who like to flame, and who love cooking.
Like they say that a better dish is prepared on a flame. Is that true?
No, I think the end result is the same.
Okay.
It's the experience of cooking. It's like warming a room with an air condition or a fireplace. With a fireplace, you get the same heat, but with the fireplace, there's the atmosphere. It's warm. With the air conditioning, you get the heat, but it's cold. That's the same with induction and gas.
Okay.
However, induction is extremely easy to clean, and in today's life, where everybody's a rush, people don't have time to cook the grills and the knobs. So with a normal induction, just spray a bit of detergent and wipe it out.
But what is the main difference? Like, what is the biggest advantage of induction whilst cooking, let's say?
Well, the biggest induction, it is energy saving. It is extremely fast as well. So if you're boiling water, it happens nearly instantaneously.
Okay.
And it is safe as well. So if you've got kids running around, you don't have the flame. Even if you rent an apartment, you don't have to worry about the flame, about fire, or about people changing the gas and breaking the tiles and the convenience that you need to wait for the gas man to come.
Okay, so I'm loving what you're saying about induction. Then with the hob always comes the extractor hood or the extractor. So this one in particular, it's built in, which I love. It's so cool. Sure. First of all, I get asked quite a lot, listen, do we need an extractor hood? Does it really work? So you've got the ones that are, coming either like a pendant or as the ones that are concealed in the cabinet. What's the difference between those and say the one that's inbuilt with the hob?
First of all, it is very important to have an extractor in the home, because if you're cooking with oils and spices, sometimes the impurities in the kitchen are more than if you are outside in the traffic.
Wow.
Because it's oil. So an extractor fan is very important. Now, whether you go for a built-in aspiration hob or a normal hood, ceiling hood or pendant hood, depends on your style. However, we're seeing a trend that people today love an open kitchen. They don't want to see things hanging around.
Right.
It's just an open plan.
Minimal kind of feel.
Exactly. And with the kitchens being designed really nicely, sometimes you don't want a pendant hood in the middle taking full attention.
Right.
So this cool gadget here, which is the Elica Nikola Tesla, solves all these problems. Because it's a normal induction hob with a central hood, very powerful hood, and as you can see, the steam and the oil go directly from the pot into the hood. It works with all 4 hobs all together.
This one?
Yes. And you can also get 2 versions. You can get a version where the fumes which are extracted are filtered and put back in the kitchen. Or else, if you plan beforehand and you can actually insert a thin pipe of 9 centimeters underneath the tiles, you can actually extract the air directly into a shaft or in a garden, which is, I would say, 10% more efficient.
So this is like before you've even got the tiles down, the place is still in shell, and you get this pipe and you take it down and it can either go into the shaft or into the terrace, and that way you don't even need filters.
Exactly. That's why it's important to plan your appliances beforehand. Even if you're having this on an island, you need to prepare the proper electricity. You need to have a dedicated, if it goes for induction, you need to have a dedicated cable for it, because it does take an amount of power which needs to be on an independent circuit.
Okay, super. And you know, I love that you give these to your clients.
Yeah.
And so what I see here is that you've got everything constructed over here on this booklet. They just need to hand it over to the electrician and they're pretty much
Exactly,
sorted.
because sometimes, in the past, when we didn't used to give this booklet, we see that when we go to install the appliances, there isn't the right circuitry, there isn't the right socket, and it's a hassle to put, you need to remove the kitchen again, maybe, put the right wires. So with this plan, people can prepare beforehand, depending on which appliances you are choosing. Having the right ventilations for the appliances, bearing in mind that in Malta the climate is hot, and we really need to give this ventilation in the actual kitchen importance.
Okay, all right, super. Well, great. This has been really, really informative, actually. I've actually learned a lot. Thank you. Shall we move on to the next appliance?
Sure,
All
let's
right.
go.
With some models of aspiration hobs, you end up losing the drawer underneath. When nowadays, every bit of storage is vital. Look out for models such as this one, where you can still make use of the first drawer. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the aesthetics of a kitchen. Nowadays, a lot of people are opting for a more minimal type of kitchen.
Exactly.
What is the best suited microwave oven for this kind of style?
Sure. So the microwave and oven are in the center of the kitchen, so they have to be really nice. And at the moment, the trend is definitely black with everything. And since the kitchens are designed without a handle, the oven and the microwave are better if they are handleless, such that the handle of the microwave and oven are not protruding out more than the kitchen.
Right, so they kind of have that minimal kind of feel and aren't really the focal points in the kitchen.
Definitely, exactly.
So it's more subtle.
So here we're seeing a black oven and a microwave next to each other. They can be obviously on top of each other, but having them nice next to each other is cooler.
Yeah, it looks really good, actually.
See, no handles, black color.
Very seamless kind of design.
And smart as well.
And smart. Well, how smart are they?
Well, how good are you in the kitchen?
I'm better at designing, I would say, but I'm not bad.
So let's test your skills.
Okay.
So I would love you to prepare for me a roast beef, which is rare from the inside and well done from the outside. Give it a shot.
This is going to tell me how to do that?
Of course.
All right. I go for 6 cents.
Exactly. Okay, so food list.
Food list. You said beef?
Yeah, roast beef. So
meat.
Exactly.
Beef.
Yeah.
Roast beef. Okay.
Okay, now we said rare from the inside, so you have to go light, sure, and well done from the outside. So you have to go a little more.
Okay.
Exactly. So here it tells you how to marinate the meat as well.
Okay.
All you have to do is, that's it. And the meat starts cooking. No need of preheating.
No need of preheating. So I can put the beef in right now?
Immediately, yes.
And what about time? I didn't set a time and I didn't set the temperature.
No problem, because it will connect with your iPhone or Android. And it will advise you when you need to put some wine with the meat. It will advise you when it's ready, if you want to keep warm. So it's interactive.
Cooking for dummies. This is ideal for me.
So you're not only good at design, but also on the cooking.
Now I'm a pro chef as
Exactly.
well. Oh, wow. Super. I love it. Okay, cool. So shall we move on to a less interesting appliance, I'd say? Fridge freezer?
Exactly.
I get this question a lot with my clients. They seem to think, there seems to be a myth that built-in fridge freezers can break. They're not as durable and consistent as a freestanding, let's say.
This is a bit of an old myth. However, built-in fridges and freezers make a better design in the kitchen. Because imagine here you have a stainless steel fridge. Won't look good.
Right.
Regarding how reliable they are, in the past, when designing the kitchen, people wouldn't take care of the proper ventilations to do the fridge and the freezer, so they will fail. They will make a lot of condensation, a lot of water coming out. And so bearing in mind that the climate in Malta is quite hot and humid, we have to sacrifice sometimes the design aspect of not having grills.
Right.
And for example, some kitchens are designed right up to the top of the roof, not allowing the heat to come out from the fridges.
Okay.
So if the furniture is well designed such that the fridge and the freezer have ample of ventilation, they are as reliable as a freestanding fridge and freezer.
Okay, so there needs to be a bit of space at the top, right?
Exactly, and a bit of ventilation at
the bottom.
Yeah.
So if you've got a soffit coming down, ideally have a little bit of a gap between the soffit.
You must leave around 5 centimeters between the soffit and the kitchen, or else if you really want to design them right up to the ceiling, then there must be, the air goes into the ceiling and you need to allow that air to come out of the ceiling.
So there needs to be a vent.
Kind of, exactly.
Okay, super. So I know I said previously that induction hobs are my favorite appliance, but actually it's a wine chiller.
You're a wine lover, huh?
I am a wine lover, yeah,
Excellent.
so this is perfect for me. Can you tell me like the difference between, say, why would somebody get a wine chiller and not just put their wine in the
Okay,
fridge?
2 reasons. First of all, there are clients that love wine and love to taste wine, drink wine, experiment with wines. Then there are people who want a wine chiller because it's a cool appliance to have.
Okay.
Remember that today the kitchen is the central part of the home where
It's where you entertain nowadays.
Exactly. So it's cool to open the wine cooler and choose a nice bottle of wine.
Sets the mood as well.
Exactly.
So you're with your friends, you're in the kitchen, like
they
an
all
open
come
bottle
with
of wine.
nice lighting inside. So it's a cool gadget.
Okay, but you can't store red and white in the same wine chiller because they need different temperatures.
Yes, actually some wine coolers cater for this. For example, this one can take red at a different temperature, white at a different temperature, and also sparkling wine or champagne in a different zone.
That's amazing, all in the same wine chiller.
Exactly.
I love that, I want one of these. Now, if you don't want to go for something this big, you also have the smaller ones.
As a matter of fact, many people won't choose such a big wine cooler, but they would choose a wine cooler with different sizes from 15 centimeters to 60 centimeters, and usually they are located in the island.
Yeah,
So
that's really lovely
they are
on an
part
island.
of the design of your kitchen.
And still built in and everything.
Exactly, yes.
Fantastic. Okay, I love this. I need to get myself one of these.
Well, I love the wine.
All right, one last thing.
Yeah.
We're coming to a close,
Okay.
but I've got to ask you about sinks.
Okay.
And I want to talk a bit about the mixer as
Excellent.
well. So nowadays, people are opting less for overmount sinks
Exactly.
and more for undermount because they're
Definitely.
more seamless, they look prettier. Can you tell me a little bit about the material of this sink?
Yes, today many people are not opting for stainless steel, but are opting for a colored sink. And once again, black is the most popular. This particular model from Franke has a mix of, it's called Fragranite, because it's from Franke. So it's 80% granite and 20% resin. The resin is the color. So it's a mix which is extremely hardworking and I would say indestructible.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it doesn't stain. Let's start from
Absolutely
there.
not.
Okay, and is it heat resistant?
Yes, you can put a boiling water inside, definitely. What you have to take care of, like the kitchen top, that if you got the pot straight from the fire, you don't put it in the sink.
Okay.
Because the temperature of the pot is nearly 300 degrees. And you're on the limit of damaging the sink and the kitchen top there. So always use
Some kind of mat to some kind of protective barrier between the two. And does it come in other colors?
Yes, it comes in black, silver, white, every color.
Okay.
This particular size is good enough because you can also wash a dish from the oven straight into the sink.
Okay.
And it's a correct size because many people have the dishwasher today.
Yeah.
So in the dishwasher, you won't wash big pots and pans because you'll take all the space. So having a moderately big sink here,
You can fit all types
pots
and pans.
Exactly.
I mean, if space allows, I like a big sink
Yeah, definitely.
and even potentially 2 sinks.
Yes, sure.
Right? So like one for washing veg, let's say.
Exactly.
So yeah, that you're hitting the luxury there.
Now, some people would leave the main sink next to the wall and put a small sink in the island as well, if the island is not big enough.
Exactly, that looks really good as well. And moving on to your mixer, the mixer is stainless steel here, so we can have black, but we also can work with stainless steel with black as well. I mean, stainless steel, I would say, works with probably any color.
Definitely. So stainless steel and black match, and sometimes it's good to have a bit of a mix. And we've chosen this particular model because this model has hot and cold water and a separate tap for the reverse osmosis, because an RO today is very convenient in the kitchen, and it's good to prepare for the RO. So you need a supply of fresh water, you need a drain, and you need a plug for the reverse osmosis.
So again, you know, we're planning the kitchen, planning for the RO is super important at a really early stage.
It's very important because today we have to take care of the environment and save on the plastic bottles, and it's convenient, you don't have to carry all those plastic bottles around. And today's ROs are quite intelligent, and they will tell you when you need to change the filters, and they will also indicate the quality of the water coming in and the quality of the water that it's filtering.
I was going to ask you about this because I get asked a lot by my clients, listen, are reverse osmosis worth it in a sense? Doesn't it remove all the nutrients and all the minerals? Are you left with basically nothing but, you know, liquid at the end of the day?
That would be called distilled water.
Right.
And it's good for the batteries, not for us.
Right.
So ROs will produce mineral water, and they will leave there the right amount of minerals suitable for the body to drink.
So you heard it here first. You do have nutrients in reverse osmosis water. Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure speaking to you as always, Robert.
Thanks for choosing us.
And thank you guys for tuning in. That's the end of another episode of The House Hack. Stay tuned, we've got lots more coming up. Here are some important points about other appliances we didn't touch up on. Always remember to think about the plumbing and electrics before installing the dishwasher or a washing machine in your kitchen. Make sure that the plumbing is to the side of the dishwasher to enable proper installation. When it comes to washing machines and tumble dryers, make sure not to store them outside. These appliances can be stacked, but always use a stacking tray between them to ensure no damage is made to the appliances during use. If space is a problem, a 2-in-1 washer and dryer can be a solution, but keep in mind that single units are more reliable.